work with birds. I don't know. Maybe I've always wanted to be like a bird.
Well, buddy, you ready to do a program?
This is the Alaska Raptor Rehabilitation Center in Sitka. Here, injured birds of prey receive care, and some, like Buddy, help teach people about bald eagles.
He didn't come to us because he has a physical injury. He has a psychological problem. Buddy thinks he's a person. He had been found wandering around a small village called Cake, and he had been going to the kids at the elementary school, getting food, making friends, walking through town. Well, one day he tried to take a little ball away from one of his friends. The ball was red, and he probably thought that it was some type of meat, because most meats are red. Well, that scared the parents into taking action, and they called the police, and Buddy was arrested and sent to the Raptor Center.
Buddy was 5 months old and fully grown when he was sent to the Raptor Center. Unlike the other birds at the center, he had no physical injuries. But Buddy was afraid when placed with other eagles. He seemed to prefer human companionship. This suggested he had been raised by people.
And there's a certain window of time when a bird imprints or takes a picture of its parents, and that is a permanent record in its brain of who it should socialize with. That's who they should spend time with. That's who they should eventually mate with, that species. And in Buddy's case, that particular window was when he was treated by people and fed by people. So he doesn't exactly think he's a person, but he thinks he should be with people. So he has eagle instincts. You know, he started to build a nest this spring on his own, but he wanted people to help with that.
Scott Ford is one of the 5 people who work as Buddy's handlers. He's developed the closest relationship with the eagle.
Well, I'm still learning a lot about their language. I watch him, try things out on him because he accepts people as eagles. And I get a lot of the ideas that I use on him from watching the other birds and the mews. I've been able to learn a few things about their postures towards each other. Possibly even a few things that contradict some of the literature that's out there. In the books, for instance, they say that the females would wave their beaks around on the birds, on the male's front and back. And I've found that he responds more to just the touch than he does to the actual motion. He also likes to rub his beak on my fingers, and that motion is called feeking. They normally do it after they eat, or they get something on their beak, they like to wipe it off. And it seems to feel good to him because he'll just do it any old time. I guess I never realized that imprintation could be so complete that a bird would accept you as another bird of its kind.
It's this acceptance of people that makes Buddy an exceptional bird for education programs. Although he only allows handlers to touch him, most people are welcome to get a close-up view. Like Buddy, the other education birds at the Raptor Center also have injuries that prevent them from living in the wild.
This is Clicker, and Clicker is a western screech owl. Clicker was shot with a pellet gun by a little boy in his wing, and it shattered the upper bone in his wing, and now he can't fly at all. So he will have to stay with us for the rest of his life and is doing real good work as an education bird. He's very comfortable with people for short periods of time, and especially good for real little tiny children that can really identify with him. Looks like a little stuffed toy.
Prophet came in with a wing injury. He won't ever be able to fly again. Prophet will place. I've got several zoos that have been asking me for months or years for certain birds with certain characteristics. Most zoos want birds that are cosmetically perfect. There are a few zoos that are willing to take or prefer to take birds that are unreleasable. And so those are the ones that I place, the birds that don't look perfect. But all the birds that we place are unreleasable.
The Alaska Raptor Rehabilitation Center works with about 50 eagles and nearly 200 other species of birds each year. Of the injured birds they've received, about 30% are placed. Another 30% arrive dead or must be euthanized, and the remaining 40% are treated and released back into the wild.
Squeeze, just keep it there. You can see the gravity will make you fall. Can't help it, it's just the way they are. We normally do a physical exam on the birds every month just to check on their the healing progress of their wounds, and just to make sure there's nothing new coming up. We take blood and feel their body over and take their vital signs and everything, and look back over their observation notes to see if there's any trends developing that could be bad. In Buddy's case, we do it every 3 months. We do that for all the education birds. And the reason we do it less frequently is because we see them every day. We're very close to them, and so usually we can pick up a problem long before it is a problem.
I'm not going to hurt you. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
No, most of the birds we just go in with 2 people and catch him, bring him down and do the exam. In Buddy's case, we don't want him to get afraid of people, especially not his handlers, so we send someone else in there, a person that he's forever angry towards. And any handlers that are around during the exam have to remain quiet so that he doesn't know they're there. But we do have to pick him up every 3 months and do some maintenance. Like I had to grind his beak today because it was getting a little overgrown, starting to get in his way. And we check his vital signs, take some blood. From that we can do some lab tests just to make sure his internal chemistry is okay.
I didn't realize that I smelled that bad, Buddy, or that I irritated you that much.
Oh.
With the exam over, life for Buddy gets back to normal, being around the people he likes, especially those who like helping birds.
So why do I work with birds? No. Maybe I've always wanted to be like a bird, you know, something from my childhood or something like that. But mostly they just fascinate me.
I think that it's the satisfaction of being able to help a creature that probably wouldn't be able to survive without my help. And knowing that most of the injuries that we see are caused by humans, it's my way of helping to give a little bit back to nature.
Seeing an eagle up close is thrilling, and you see that just reflected in their faces. Just the awe and the joy is wonderful, and it's very rewarding for us to be able to share that experience with people.